Aloha, beautiful souls. Welcome to a Friday Fire episode on A Better World with Adrienne. I am excited to be here. I'm excited to channel on the September 2024 astrology. So these Friday Fire episodes are quick win energy. I know I've done a couple longer ones that have been around 30 minutes. My original intention with these episodes with this format was some quick win energy. And today's really going to be in that speed, in that intention. And I'm going to focus on three big things happening in September that you get to be aware of with the astrology to move forward powerfully. Okay. Are there more than three things happening in September? Yes, there is. It's kind of like August. August, I will say, was some of the most intense, challenging astrology of all of 2024. I will also say that September has just as much action in it, just as much action and really, really, really big changes. So it's very important to tune in, dive in here, receive these codes. And like I always say, I am a free will empowerment astrologer. So everything you learn here, like you have the free will for how you want to move with it, how you want to create with it. And this is how we click into divine timing. This is the sacred science. All of the ancient rulers used astrology, I was a priestess before. I've been a medicine woman many times. Astrology is part of my shamanism. My shaman name is White Earth Star, and it's a big part of how I guide my life, live my life, guide my clients, and, share in this portal for a better world. I believe and know in my bones that a better world will be built when we go back to the ancient ways again and again and again and again and again. So, let's dive into summer astrology. So, three major things I'm going to cover in this Friday Fire episode. If you want more deep dives on all of the astrology the whole month, definitely join Angel Air or become my one-on-one client. You can do mentorship or you can do astrology apprenticeship with me where I literally teach you like mastery in astrology. So, that's there for you as well. Okay, first thing happening, September 1st, Pluto, the planet of death, rebirth, transformation, and power, is retrograding back into Capricorn for the final time in our lifetimes. So we are currently in the United States Pluto Return. It's the first one ever, right? That means that Pluto has come back to where it was when the United States was formed. And so Pluto in Aquarius is the Pluto return of, it's either Pluto in Cap or Pluto in Aquarius. I believe it's Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto is going back into Capricorn. That's going to bother me. I'm going to look that up. United States Pluto. Yes. It's Aquarius. It's Aquarius. The United States Pluto is in Aquarius. And so I know not everyone on this podcast is in American or lives in America. However, the American culture, I guess would say, society affects the whole globe. So Pluto and Aquarius, we went into that for the first time in March 2023. We came back out of it. Then we went back in for some time. Now, Pluto's been in Capricorn for the previous 17 years. Most of our lifetimes, Pluto entered Capricorn in 2008. That's when the big financial shattering happened. And, there was all these job losses, these companies dissolved, like all this. It's just like the The housing bubble burst, and that was the beginning of Pluto in Capricorn. And Pluto is the planet of death, rebirth, power, and transformation. So the past 17 years, there's been a very specific frequency of death, rebirth, transformation, and power in Capricorn energy, which is discipline, structure, systems, success, long-term planning, long-term vision. It is the mountain goat. It is scaling the mountains. And what's been exposed, Pluto is very exposing, is all of these structures that are oppressive, all of the systems that are oppressive, all of these definitions of success that are actually not true soul success. It's like, oh, if I make a lot of money, that's success. It's like, well, there's billionaires everywhere that they actually are doing a lot of harm in the world systematically, right? So that's been exposed. And we're seeing major exposure of that the past 17 years. And we've just had a little glimpse of what Pluto in Aquarius is going to look like the past 6 months. So you can really take stock what started happening in your life around March 2023. And then Pluto went back into Capricorn, and then what started happening in the fall again when Pluto entered Aquarius. So to bring this, the big overarching context is important. To bring this back to what it means for September, Pluto's going back into the Capricorn. Pluto is going back into Capricorn for the final time. From September 1st to November 19th, Pluto will be in Capricorn with final karmic lessons, final purge, final exposure. Retrogrades, it's time to review, refine, realign, reflect, redo. Mercury retrograde is cute and it's something that everyone talks about and it definitely affects us. Pluto retrograde is literally like Pluto, I joke and I say Pluto drags his ass across the chart because he moves so slow and it's so deep, and it's like having a rake in like the deep dark corners of your psyche that you didn't realize were still there. That's what Pluto's been doing with retrograde in Aquarius, also going back into Capricorn now. And for me personally, I'm getting a very personal experience with Pluto right now because Pluto is on top of my natal Saturn. And so it's like Pluto keeps moving forward and backward right on top of my natal Saturn. And I'm like, oh, wow, like I'm getting a very deep lesson with the Dark Lord right now, which I really view Pluto as that. It's like the death doula of the zodiac. It's like, hey, I'm here to show you how to move through death and rebirth and be your own midwife. That's what Pluto does. And Pluto's very extreme and very slow. And it's like, it's really important that you know this is happening because it's going back into the final degrees of Capricorn. The final degrees of any sign are the most extreme degrees because it's like that sign's last gasping breath to make a statement. Okay, so it's always like more intense. Be aware of structures being exposed in your life. Structures, systems, oppressive uses of power, right? Because Pluto rules power. There's going to be lessons coming back that maybe started back all the way in 2008. So death, rebirth, transformation. You are getting lessons in your life here. I am getting lessons in my life here in Capricorn, and the whole collective is. So could we expect like financial stuff happening? Yes, because the very same day, Uranus, the planet of shock, upheaval, change, and revolution, is stationing retrograde in the sign of Taurus, which is the planet of wealth, worth, the body, and Mother Earth. So we can expect a lot of things being exposed with oppressing Mother Earth, structures that oppress. That's really what has been exposed in Pluto and Capricorn. So really search your life for how this is showing up for you. Notice the patterns and be prepared, be ready. So the second thing I want you to be aware of for September, and there's a lot of other things happening that, of course, if you're an angel air, I'm going to be teaching on more deeply. Venus, the planet of love, beauty, art, and money, is going to be in Libra for most of September, all the way till September 22nd. And the important thing to know about this is that the love, beauty, art, and money of the whole collective, including you, is in one of its most powerful places because Libra is ruled by Venus. Now, the other thing to know is that the South Node is currently in Libra. What is Libra? Libra is love. It is partnership. It is romantic love. It is one-on-one client work. It is your deepest, best soul friend. It is balance, harmony. I like harmony rather than balance because balance has been kind of sterilized, like, oh, 50-50. Well, if I bring this back to my roots in music, harmony and balance is not 50-50. It's having a deep, nourishing base and other frequencies on top, right? So, when we bring it to Pluto, Pluto's creating a deep, dark, nourishing, fertile soil for us to dance and make the art of life on top. That's literally what's happening in September. We got Pluto retrograding in Capricorn for the last time in our lifetimes. Then we got Venus in Libra, and the South Node is in Libra. South Node is a karmic purge point. So what's important to know about September is that, every single planet, as they go through Libra, is going to be going through a karmic purge. So the planet of love, beauty, art, and money is going to go through a karmic purge. That's going to be happening right around the new moon in Virgo. It's going to be happening on September 3rd. You must purge all people-pleasing, all hesitation, all hemming and hawing, all placating the comfort zones of others, being small, contracting just to not upset or disturb the peace of others. That's unhealed Libra. You cannot step forward into your fullest love, beauty, art, and money codes if you are engaging in the low frequencies of Libra. And when Venus hits the South Node, it will be very obvious the things that will get to be purged, okay? Then later in the month, Mercury is going to enter Libra on the 29th, okay? And so then after that, as every single planet enters Libra, while the South Node's there, it's going to be going through a karmic purge. Similar to how when Pluto entered Aquarius, and during Aquarius season, all of the planets were entering Aquarius, right? So every single planet went through a death portal as they went through Pluto, which they will for the next 20 years in Aquarius. Now with the South Node, this is only going to happen every 12 years. The South Node is going to be in Libra. So it's like our once in a 12-year time to purge the elements of Libra with the planet of love, beauty, art, and money. So that's very, very important. And that's going to be important as we go into Libra season, which is also the equinox. I'll be teaching more about that in Angel Air. So Pluto retrograde in Cap for the last time in our lifetimes. Then we have Venus entering Libra. We have Venus and Mercury touching the South Node in Libra for a purge of all of those unhealed Libra dynamics. And then the third thing to be aware of for September 2024 is eclipse season. Eclipse season will arrive. We have the first eclipse on September 17th. That means the first week of September, we have all of these major things happening with Pluto and these major things happening with Venus conjunct the South Node. About that time, we're going to be entering the pre-eclipse energy. And eclipses are times of shock, change, upheaval, sudden change. Eclipses are fated portals. They're less of an invitation from spirit, and they're more like God is watching everybody, and God's like, oh my God, humanity. And God's like, I'm just going to turn off the lights. It's like when something's not working and you're like, I think I just need to unplug it and plug it back in. That's what God does during an eclipse. God's like, yo, this is not going well. This is not going the correct way. I'm just going to turn off the lights. And so we get this shock of electric current through the collective. The lights go out. We can't see anything. It's very disorienting. It's very Uranian. It's very fated and karmic. It's a karmic electric portal that spirit boots us through. And then we come out on the other side and it's like we're all disoriented. Our vision is weird. We can't see. We don't really know what it fully means, but we know that we're forever changed. So the major things in your life you will discover when you study is a lot of them happen at eclipses. And it might not seem like a big deal at the time, but then you look back and you're like, oh, wait, that's when that started. Oh, fuck. So eclipses are very important. And the eclipse happening on September 17th is the first one in Pisces. So we have had the South Node in Libra, North Node in Aries in the past year and a half. That's activating a certain frequency of the nodes. Okay, South Node in Libra, Karmic Purge. North Node in Aries, Destiny Surge. So when we step forward in Aries energy, we're clicking into our destiny timeline, right? We're going to start shifting, and it's going to be a gradual shift. I've been calling it an ombre effect, like gradually into a new color, right? We're gradually going to start shifting into the Pisces Virgo axis for the nodes for the next year and a half. It's going to happen gradually. So the first one is Pisces on September 17th. It's a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, and it's going to be conjunct Neptune. This is very, very unclear energy. It's shocking change, revolution. It's electric shocks. It's unstable. For the love of God, do not charge your crystals in this energy. Do not plant seeds in this energy. It's like open palms, spirit. I am open to change, because I know I'm being clicked into the highest timeline through divine intervention. That's really what eclipses are. Eclipses are divine intervention. And when you know the energy and study the energy, then you can really be available for the changes and move with them faster. And you might get your ass kicked still sometimes. We all need a good ass kicking from time to time to be humbled, to grow, to remember that we don't have all the answers, to be strong, and you won't get caught on your heels. You know what I'm saying? Pisces is the dreamer. It's the mystic. Pisces is sound healing. It is the artist. It's the ocean of consciousness. It's access to other realms. It's the psychic. Unhealed Pisces is addiction and escapism and avoidance. And so with the North Node in Pisces, we must be called, and Saturn is in Pisces right now, so it'll be a very interesting mix there. We're going to get the first dose of what our lessons are and what we're being called to step into for the Pisces Virgo nodal axis for the next year and a half, 2 years. So it's really important. So when I synthesize these 3 major things in September, I mean, there's so many other things. There is the equinox, there's the arrival of Libra season, there is Jupiter square Mars, there's all of these trines and amazing things that I'm going to be teaching more deeply on in Angel Air. So if you love this episode and you're like, oh, I want more, and you want to most of September is Virgo season, all about holy habits, health, daily rituals, routines. Join Angel Air and get the codes. I drop audios 3 to 5 times a week. We do breath work together. We learn. We're going to have eclipse classes. It's going to be epic. So join us for September. Join today so you can be there for the Holy Habits Challenge. When I feel into these 3 things that I mentioned, Pluto's power, Venus is love and money, eclipse is shocking change, sudden change. So September is a time of deep alchemical power, karmic lessons, returning of karmic lessons and power. It is love, beauty, art, and money going through a karmic purge for a higher expression of harmony, peace, justice, and love, and sudden change, sudden insight, sudden electric shock in Pisces, illuminating what we're being called into on the destiny path for the next 2 years. That is September. So, yeah, unearthing power, love and money, karmic purge, and shocking change for the rise of the mystic. That's what it is. So it's going to be an amazing month. I hope this served you. I love hearing from you. Write a review if this landed, message me, email me, tell me how this landed, how this is affecting you in your life. Like I mentioned, if you want to go deeper, join Angel Air. And if you want to learn how to read a chart for yourself, if you want to have, personal astrology during this really incredible fated time, go to the link in the show notes. There's going to be an application for one-on-one mentorship and one-on-one apprenticeship. Mentorship is your full life total transformation in your destiny path, okay? Apprenticeship is a skill-based learning place where I am literally teaching you the language of the stars. So go out there, have an amazing September. I love you. I believe in you. I believe in a better world. And I'm so grateful to the stars for supporting us all in this path. Be the change, be the light, go make a stranger smile, because that's what we do here. And I will see you next time on A Better World with Adrienne.